Hey everyone, welcome to Kempner Canucks. My name is RevTrev, and I'm so glad you're here because today we are talking about some massive bombs of information that were shared with the Vancouver Canucks media and Canuck fans from our hockey of operations, Jim Rutherford, and general manager Patrik Allvin. I knew this was going to be great. I just knew it was going to be great. And then it was even better than I was hoping. It has exceeded my expectations. And so this is just going to be a conversation about the Vancouver Canucks. I know right now the NHL playoffs are happening. I'm not talking about that in this video. I'm just talking about these comments. And here's the thing, everyone. Here's the thing. So this is absolutely wild what Jim Rutherford said regarding Quinn Hughes. And the question is, the big question, I just got to bring it up here, is did Jim Rutherford cross the line today? And will he be fined for tampering for his comments about Quinn Hughes and his brothers, which we know are not on the Vancouver Canucks? And some of you are like, well, what did he say? What did he say? Well, I'm going to play this interview with you guys. Maybe I should put it this way. Let's try this. Hopefully this will work. Okay. Hopefully it's going to work. So this is the conversation that you're going to hear. Okay. I'm going to put you near this mic and I'm going to play this for you. This is what he said. I still can't believe that he said this, everyone. Like, it is blowing my mind that okay, first of all, I love Jim Rutherford. I am a huge fan of his. He tells it like it is, okay? I love that about him. I think that's why I like Don Cherry, too. They're just open, honest books, okay? Okay, we got to get into this. Hopefully this works. Tell me in the comments if this works or not, okay? But this is the sound clip, okay? This is the question. By the way, that is the biggest question for the Vancouver Canucks. Is Quinn Hughes going to stay in Vancouver? That is on everyone's, just like, do whatever it takes to keep Quinn Hughes and make this team competitive, okay? Oh, and by the way, can you hear that? Can you hear that audio? Please post it in here if you can. Yeah, let's just keep going. Yes. You can't hear it. Okay. Okay. So I am okay. Okay. So all right. So basically he's saying here that you can hear me now, right? He's saying the question gets asked, what's the chances of Quinn Hughes coming back here? We know that that is the big news. And he said, yes, our goal is to re-sign Quinn Hughes. Okay. Re-sign Quinn Hughes. But it's not going to only be about money. Okay. It's not only going to be about money. What it's going to be about is he wants to play with his brothers. That's how I was going, eesh. Like that. That hurts. Because we know he wants to play in the NHL with his brothers. Then he goes on, that's out of our control. But what isn't in our control is that we could trade, again, crazy. We could trade for his brothers. And then he pauses. Everyone in like bunch of media start laughing, like, I can't believe he just said this. And I know everyone's thinking of Jim. Jim, I know you're thinking it in your mind, okay? I'm surprised he said this. And he says, "Oh, I may have said too much. I may have done, I don't want to get into tampering. I may have done tampering." Listen. This is craziness. But this is why I love Jim. Jim, he's just telling the truth. I mean, he's just saying, "Hey, listen, this is part of the plan. This is part of the plan." Okay? We want Quinn Hughes. Now, was it that like we're actually going to trade for his brothers? Or, and this is where it could be both. It could be both. This is a massive statement that the Canucks want to keep Quinn Hughes. Okay, they want to keep Quinn Hughes, and they're basically saying, "Hey, we're going to do whatever it takes. We're going to offer him whatever money," and that's what I've been saying. Everyone's worried. He's going to be coming back. Okay, he's going to be coming back, right? We're going to offer him a whole bunch of money. That's the thing. I kept saying he's going to be coming back, but here's the thing. He's not just going to come for money. He wants to play. He's going to get money wherever he goes. So when you say things like that, you're basically saying to the league and especially to the brothers, we're interested in training for you. Now, here's the problem. The Vancouver Canucks are in the playoffs, are not in the playoffs. The New Jersey Devils are. Jack Hughes is a dynamic player. He was playing top 10-point level before he got injured. He's been injured for a while. And Luke Hughes' contract, I believe, comes up at the end of this season. So we're just going to like what's going on here? Luke Hughes, let's see. Luke Hughes, his contract, his entry-level contract ends after this season, and he's an RFA, everyone. He's an RFA. This, I believe that will be classified as tampering, but it was intended that is a massive statement that says we will do whatever it takes to keep Quinn Hughes. The easier thing would be that Quinn Hughes would request a trade to the New Jersey Devils. That would be easier. So I'm just saying that's the easier path. I do not want that to happen, okay? And so how does it work? Because this is complicated. I do not think the New Jersey Devils will want to trade their Hughes. If they're thinking, we're going to get Quinn Hughes because his brothers are here, that is in their best interest as a franchise. But in the best interest of the Canucks franchise, getting Jack and Luke would be epic. And then we can have all the Petterssons and all the Hughes brothers. Okay? That would be awesome. Hopefully. This is the good question right here. 3 PDs for Hughes brothers? I'd do that. I would do that. I would gladly do that. I do not think that the New Jersey Devils would do that. Popeye says Hughes family is tight with the manager of New Jersey. Of course he is. This is the face of your franchise here with Jack. Green says trade for Jack, offer sheet Luke. That's true. You can do that. Oh my goodness. And then sign Hughes' parents as well. Bring the whole family in green. That is awesome. Green says, I love the tampering. Good job, Rutherford. Line change says, I honestly don't think it was tampering. Really? He essentially said he'd want to bring Jack and Luke to Vancouver. That's called tampering. Tampering is when you talk to the players themselves and try to negotiate or try to persuade them. It's an unofficial way to tamper. I'm telling you, this is my opinion. Line change. Okay, Tyler. I think he's going to get fined. This is crazy. JR and PA need to learn how to shut their mouths. Yeah, I agree. But I love it. I want more of this. Cliff says, shh, keep quiet. We're going to get penalized. I'm watching this. Popeye's like, tamper, Jimmy boy. Absolutely. Oh, man. This is craziness, everyone, what just happened today. There is so much content from this interview alone. I could do like 2 weeks of content on this. It was definitely soft tampering. It's a fickle line. It is. He should have not said anything, but I totally get it. Quinn will be a free agent before Jack. No, right. Yes, that's true. Exactly. No, New Jersey knows Quinn will just come to them. It's just a matter of time. And if that's the case, we've got to trade him away while he's got value. But I do not want to trade Quinn. Quinn pull a Miller, convince them to come to Van. Okay, I would love that. I know some, like Scott, you want to talk about the practice facility. There's conversation regarding Pettersson about what they're going to do this summer. I'm going to get into that in future videos. Today, I'm just going to focus in on the Quinn Hughes thing and his brother. So I want to ask you guys a question. Yeah, I appreciated the honesty from management today. It was refreshing. I absolutely love that. Okay, here's the big question, everyone. So what would it take for the Canucks to trade for Jack and Luke Hughes? You can offer sheet Luke Hughes for sure. That would be great. What would it take to get Jack Hughes off of the New Jersey Devils? Tell me. I think the first thing it starts with is Pettersson. It's Pettersson, guys. And they said today that they were not closed to trading Elias Pettersson. That was their statement. Not mine, theirs. Okay? I want to show you this right here. So Jack Hughes is on LTIR right now, okay? He's signed till 2030 at $8 million a year. This, in my opinion, is a steal of a deal. There's a modified no trade clause. There's a 10-team list in 26, 27. Right now, he can be traded. He can be traded because of his age. He's only 23 years old. His brother, on the other hand, is 21 years old. What would it take from the Vancouver Canucks? I would say Pettersson, both Petterssons, well, and they'd want a prospect at least. Maybe it is all three Petterssons. Do you guys think that's realistic? Just for Jack. Pettersson and Pettersson? DPD? For Luke as well? Like, what would it take? It is because Luke is making $900,000, but he's going to get a raise this year. Okay, we're going to find out he's going to get a raise. I don't know what his raise is going to be. Like is he going to be in the $4 million, $3 million conversation? I'm not sure. What would it take? Man, if we could get Jack Hughes. I mean, they're not going after Hedel, DeBrusk. Like, who would they? Garland? I would trade, at this point, I'd trade anybody except for Hughes. Honestly, I would trade anyone except for Hughes to try to get Jack. And if you can get Jack, you're most likely going to be able to get Luke. And if Rutherford and Allvin can pull this heist off, I'm just telling you right now, if they can pull this heist off, this will be the greatest trade, or maybe the second greatest trade. I think that Brian Burke getting both twins was the greatest trade ever. Maybe Naslund maybe the Naslund trade. No, getting the twins getting the draft picks to get the twins was massive. I'm going to call that the best. Second best was getting Marcus Naslund. Now, excuse me. If we trade for Jack and Luke and we win a Stanley Cup, this will be the greatest trade in Canucks history. So here's the comment, or here's the question. I want to dive into the question. You know what? New Jersey is going to ask for the moon and stars. I agree. Green says Leckermacky, Willander, Hronek in a first. I think it'll be more than that. Quinn wants to win with Van. He could always play with his brothers when he's like 37. Dreamer. That is true. True. You probably easily obtain Luke. Jack is going to take easily Willander, Pettersson, double first-round picks, prospects, and Sherwood or Suter. I don't think so, but maybe. I would say Willander, Pettersson, and a first. I would do that deal. I know that this sounds crazy to you guys, but to keep Quinn Hughes as a Vancouver Canuck is gigantuous. And what is Jack Hughes's injury anyways? I was gonna bring that up. What is Jack Hughes' injury? He's out for the rest of the season after shoulder surgery. Yikes. Successful surgery was done in Colorado, and the expectation is going to be back and ready for training camp. Oh my goodness. So he was injured when he slammed into the boards after getting tangled up with Golden Knights center Jack Eichel late in the New Jersey's loss at Vegas. My goodness. And there was no penalty on the play. Yeah, I think that's too much. Okay, EP40, Demko, Willander in the next 3 picks. I don't think it's going to be that much, but that, maybe we know it's going to be a lot. Demko may be a part of that too. Marksman has been great. New Jersey asked for Willander, Leckermacky, and DPD for Jack. They did? I would do that deal, guys. I don't know what I would do that. I think Jack Hughes is literally a special player. They might have to. And a first rounder. What? All that and a first rounder? EP40 in 5 cases of pop shot pop. Okay, I would do that. Willander, Leckermacky, multiple firsts, and prospects. I don't think you have the cap space to. Oh, I guess you do. You have the cap space to do that. New Jersey is a small town. Is small down the middle. If they bow out of the playoffs early again, they might be okay moving Jack. They have Heischer and Bratt already at center. Wow. Jack, Petey, Heedle, Ratty. Yeah, sounds nice down the middle. Sign Suter, play wing to be insurance. Green says 2 years in a row. Jack Hughes' season has ended early with a shoulder surgery. Maybe they'll want to move him. This is Jack Hughes. EP40 and a gallon of bong. Okay, so I think that I'm going to post this here. I think, to land Jack and Luke Hughes, the Canucks will need to give up these players. Actually, the more I think about it, and maybe the okay, I think this is what it's going to cost them. I think this is what it's going to cost them. And there's going to be something else. What else is there going to be? 40. One more. There's going to be one more player. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Marcus Pettersson as well, which I would not be opposed to. Is this too much? This might be too much. Let me say something like this. We'll need to give up something. Would you guys be okay with this? I'm serious when I say this. Tyler thinks that Luke and Jack are soft. I don't know about that. Hoglander, that could be part of it. Trade the Abbey Canucks for Hughes brothers, then turn that rink into the new practice facility. Done. Okay. Not Hoglander. PD won't be a part of the trade? You don't think so? Big Hog is okay with this. I'd be okay with your idea. Okay. EP40 and Arcade. You don't think EP40? Well, I think he's going to be a part of this deal. Everyone, like, they do not want to give away that. PD might be our next Louis Eriksson for sure. I don't know. We'll see. Well, I mean, he's not. He's going to score more points than Louis Eriksson did. But Louis Eriksson made $6 million. PD's making 11.6. So I understand the comparison. Yeah, it's tough to think about, everyone. Maybe it's the Cliff Notes, Ryan, and I talked about it at the beginning of this video, is that Jim Rutherford admitted that priority number one is to get Quinn Hughes to resign here, but it might not just like they're clearing up cap space to offer him enough money for him to stay. But that might not be the biggest enough money. It's not only about money. He wants to play with his brothers. So he said, we don't want him going to New Jersey. He goes, him going to New Jersey is out of our control. But what's in our control is what we do, and maybe we can trade for the Hughes brothers. That's what he said. And then he was like, whoa, maybe I shouldn't have said that. That may have been tampering. I probably said too much. So we swap a C for a C. How does that really help us improve? We would still need a C, and that's fine. We can go get one. We can get one in free agency. You add Sam Bennett. You add someone else. So, no, okay. Target says EP40 needs to have. Oh, guys, that's what they said. Not MP3, but DPD. Maybe. Bring Norris here. He's friends with Norris. I agree. That would be awesome. Trade for the Hughes brothers. That's what we're talking about, Ryan. That's what he said today. It was crazy. Yeah, he shouldn't have said this. I understand that, but I love it. When did Quinn say he wants to play with his brothers? He told Rutherford that. So literally Rutherford said that today. So of course Quinn would want him to come play in Vancouver, them to play in Vancouver, but so they should try and get one brother. The easiest right now would be Luke. Imagine. So if you offer sheet Luke, they're going to be so mad they're not going to trade you Jack. That's what I think. But I thought of your idea already, Dreamer. It keeps us in the same predicament we already have. I don't think it does. Because first of all, I think Jack Hughes is going to have a better career than Elias Pettersson. That's my personal opinion, but you could be right on it. I could be totally wrong. I think Jack Hughes is a way better player than Quinn Hughes. That's just like will be by the time this, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Elias is just going to be the next thing, you know? Yeah, he gave up way too much sauce. It was way too much information. Oh my goodness. I'm still in shock this happened, but it's so glorious. It's so glorious he said this. I don't know. This is just my idea. Maybe this is too much. But Luke and Jack, what did they draft Luke at? He's a first-round pick, guys. Luke Hughes is a first-round pick. Right? Let me just see. What was his draft position? Yeah, first overall pick was Jack, and Luke was in the top. Guys, these are fourth pick overall and the first pick overall. You tell me, what's that worth? No, he was fourth, guys. So Jack was first, Luke was fourth, according to what I'm looking at right here. Okay? This is nuts. Luke Hughes was drafted round 1, fourth pick in 2021. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. That's hard to get. Guys, these are 21 and 23-year-old players on great contracts. 2019, Jack Hughes went number 1 overall. That is nuts. Both drafted higher than Quinn, yet Quinn is better than both. I agree. Yeah, it is kind of funny that Quinn was the lowest draft selection. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. I just think this is like, honestly, this is dream scenarios here, okay? I don't think they're going to trade for Jack and Luke, but I hope they do. I absolutely hope they do. All right, so we're in the middle of playoffs. Oilers Kings are playing right now. I want to go back and watch that. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad for everyone who's doing it. Quinn blazed the trail and Jack and Luke rode on his hype, maybe. But I think they want to play with their brother as well. Maybe they want to move to here. New Jersey probably already ahead of wanting to get Quinn and keep Jack. Yeah, maybe. What would you be willing to give up for the Hughes brothers? I already said that. I already said, dude, you came too late. I'm shutting this stream down. Watch it. I've already talked about what I'd give up. I would offer sheet Luke and wait till Jack becomes an RFA. I know, but what if they re-sign him? Then you got to. So New Jersey wants to get bigger at center. PD doesn't help them there. We can offer a trade through enough value without PD. We'll just be mainly pieces. We'll see. Okay. All right. I got to go. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. This is just super interesting stuff. Please hit the like and subscribe. Appreciate each one of you. Go Canucks, go.